And welcome back to another college basketball podcast. It's CBB Talk with your boy Will Dickinson, episode 2. And here it is, the first episode of the 2023-2024 college basketball season is here. And we got a special guest today. There he is, Mr. Porterhouse. Oh, my other dog's there. Let's see. I'll turn it and you can get my other dog. So they're joining us today. Hopefully they're not too freaking annoying. We're going to keep Porter in this frame because why not? College basketball started. At the time of this recording, it's about 5:30 on Monday. And today's episode, we're just going to be talking about the games happening this week. And yeah, my thoughts, maybe some picks. I do not know when this next episode is going to come out. Maybe Saturday morning. I don't know what I'm doing. So it could be Saturday. Won't be Friday, maybe Thursday. I really do not know. No, it's not gonna be Thursday. It's probably gonna be later this week. But as games get better, best believe that I will be putting out more episodes. If anything crazy happens, I'll come on here. But it's a slow start to this college basketball season, which is not the best for the sport. If I'm gonna be honest, a lot of pretty much every other sports league has a big games to start out their season to get the hype. Let's go with the NBA. They have that opening night. They have usually the reigning champ playing in two games, one with the reigning champ and another really, really good game. NFL has the Thursday night kickoff, usually with the reigning champ, a highly anticipated game. College football has that week 0, which really I'm not counting, but they're not great either. But college football has that first week, usually on Labor Day? No, Memorial Day? I think it's Memorial Day, but don't quote me on that. Do not quote me on that. No, Labor Day. I'm pretty sure it's Labor Day now that I'm thinking about it. Labor Day, they have that weekend, a lot of good games. But college basketball doesn't really do that. Today, we have no ranked matchups to open up the season. A lot of teams playing mid-majors, which is, it's pretty boring. It is. There's one good game tonight, which I will talk about right now. The first really good game tonight is the USC Trojans taking on Kansas State in Las Vegas in the T-Mobile Arena. USC is -3 in this game, and I'm very excited for it. I got USC ranked in my 18th slot in my preseason poll. And I got Kansas State, out of it. I consider them. I don't believe they're going to have Naquan Tomlin tonight, which I do think is going to be a miss for them. I'm going to search him up right now to see if he's playing this one. But I don't believe they're going to have Naquan Tomlin, who is, one of the best players on their team. He is suspended, I believe. So he was suspended for getting a fight, it looks like. He will not be playing, which is going to be a big miss for USC. For Kansas State. UNC should win this game. I have them as a better team. This is a neutral site game. It's a little close to USC, and I got to give credit to Jerome Tang and Kansas State for, scheduling this game to open up a year. Also for USC as well, got to give them credit because every other ranked team is really starting off their season with cakewalks. Duke playing Dartmouth, Purdue playing Samford, Miami playing NJIT, North Carolina Radford. There's a lot of easy games to start off this season for the ranked teams. And I'm pretty sure, St. Mary's is playing a D2 school. USC is playing a tough matchup early, which is good for them. Good matchup, of course. No Bronny James in this one. Does stink just for the public eye. I would have got a lot more viewers to see Bronny James's debut against a team that went to the Elite Eight last year in the Kansas State Wildcats. But Jerome Tang has brought back another good squad. Tyler Perry being the biggest acquisition for this team. The transfer from North Texas. He was, he won the Player of the Year in his conference last year in Conference USA, which says a lot from a team that had FAU in it and had a guy like Jelly Walker in it last year. He won the Player of the Year, so He's a very, very good player. Brought in Arthur Kalumu comes in from Creighton in the Kansas State, but missing Naquan Tomlin. Of course, they've lost Marquise Noel and Keontae Johnson last year. So Kansas State, we're going to see how they look, but USC also has some new players. And let's talk about a guy who is projected to be amazing, and it's Isaiah Collier, the freshman guard, number ranked player in the class of 2023, making his debut tonight. I'm excited to see the way he plays. If you're watching this not on Monday, you'll know how he plays. You'll know the result of this game. But I'm going to give my prediction right now. Getting USC in a close one. I think Kansas State keeps it close. The 3 number is one I would stay away from. That is just, it's tough. Kansas State -3 is really just a tough spread there. But USC, a really good team. I think this team, I have them second in the Pac-12. Won't be surprised if they end up winning this conference there. I really like the team they've put together over there. Boogie Ellis, he's going to be that veteran guy that they can rely on a lot. But I'm excited to see guys like Kobe Johnson play, just guys that fill out this roster. And it's a 10 p.m. tip, so I don't know if I'm going to be watching this whole game or not. I got school tomorrow, guys. But best believe I'll be checking the highlights. If I don't watch this whole game, try to catch the first half. Monday Night Football going on too. I'm down like 6 in fantasy with Austin Eckler playing and Chargers D, so it should be a win. But I've seen crazier things happen. Yeah. But besides that, tonight didn't really have any great games. Georgia's playing Oregon as I'm recording it. I think it's about to go in the half. A game I might be watching is my dad went to James Madison, the preseason pick in the Sun Belt, James Madison, taking on Michigan State, a team that I'm just super excited to watch this year. They're my 4th ranked preseason team, 4th ranked in the AP poll. Super excited for that to see, of course, just how Michigan State's going to look. Cohen Carr, the freshman, looks amazing, and they bring back so many good pieces on this team, really only losing Joey Hauser. So excited to see him play, but we have the number 1 ranked team in the country, Kansas, my number ranked team, Duke, playing. Just 20. I think it was 21 of the 25. 21 of the 25 top 25 teams are playing tonight, which is good. But I would like to see some, just some better matchups out there. I'm just gonna go look through if there's any other interesting games, which there probably isn't any between unranked. Iona Charleston, it's a good mid-major battle there. 2 teams that made the tournament last year. Tobin Anderson going to Iona, taking over Rick Pitino. We'll see how he does there. A good one. Princeton Rutgers is a peacock tip at 7. Princeton coming off a Sweet 16. Rutgers missing the tournament last year. It's a New Jersey battle, I believe, in a neutral stadium. Maybe this is Purdue hosting. This is in Trenton, so I'm pretty sure this is neutral. New Jersey battle, Princeton, Rutgers. Rutgers only -5.5 in that one. That actually might be a good one. I bet Virginia -15.5. The spread's moved up to 17. They play Tarleton State. As you know, I'm a Virginia fan in college basketball. Hopefully they can get a little dub tonight. But yeah, so that's really it for Monday. I know it just stinks that it's such a slow start to the season, but next week will be a really good week. But it is, it does stink that the first week of the year isn't the one where it's not something that is going to get the major public eye, and that's why you see a lot of non-hardcore college basketball fans only really start paying attention once we get into conference play in the new year. Going on to Tuesday, we can go look at some games. I'm pretty sure Tuesday, only 2 ranked teams play. So this is tomorrow, Tuesday, November 7th. We got a good one though. Auburn going against Baylor in Sioux Falls against. Oh wait, I already said Baylor versus Auburn in neutral site in North Dakota South Dakota should be a good one here. I have Baylor a little lower. I think they're 20th in the AP poll. I got them 24th in my poll. A new look Scott Drew team, but I believe they'll be back in the tournament. Ray J. Dennis is the star transfer over there, but they have a really, really good freshman over there in Baylor named sorry. I was talking about Baylor. Baylor playing Auburn. They got of course, Baylor looks good, as I said. They got the freshman Jacoby Walters. They're bringing in guys. Jalen Bridges coming back. Caleb Lohner coming back, and of course, Everyday John is back over there in Baylor. Auburn, Auburn team that's not as highly ranked as before, but Bruce Pearl is probably gonna have a team that is gonna compete to get back in the NCAA tournament. Not as given as years before, but we'll see if they can have a guy, break out for Auburn. John A. Broome was a really, really good player last year. Expecting him to be as good, if not better. Over there in Auburn, the big will probably be that main guy, but they bring back a guy like Jalen Williams, a good role player, and see if he can take a next step for this Auburn team. Baylor minus 2.5. Give me Baylor. Neutral site game. I picked the team that I think's better. If this was at Auburn, I'm probably going to Auburn, but neutral site, South Dakota's ones where they always have good games. Baylor's played there before. I think they'll be ready to go out there and win a game and go 1-0. Scott Drew, scheduling a tougher first game, and you always have to applaud that. A very interesting one that people are talking about is North Carolina, Asheville taking on Michigan. The reigning Big South champions have Drew Pember, a great mid-major player, going against a weak Michigan team. No Juwan Howard coaching this one because of the suspension. Upset alert there in Ann Arbor. We'll see how that goes, but I don't expect anything crazy yet. But it is a week Tuesday slate. You would like bet more, but it's a week Tuesday slate. It is, and you can't ask for everything in life, man. You just can't do that. One ranked team plays Wednesday, and it's the Florida Atlantic Owls, my 7th ranked team in the country. The AP polls 10th ranked team in the country plays against Loyola Chicago on the road. It's going to be an early test for this Dusty May-led team. A team that, of course, made the Final Four last year, was a second away from the national championship game. They go on the road against a former Cinderella in Loyola Chicago. Two mid-majors that have had great success. It's good to see them play against each other. Again, this should be a win for Loyola Chicago, but I'm sorry, this should be a win for FAU, but you can't count out Loyola Chicago, especially at home. Could we see an early loss in the top 10 team? I think there's going to be a couple of upsets this week. Or I would say a couple ranked teams are going to lose. I would say 2 or 3 ranked teams lose this week. Obviously, there's one guaranteed, so I would say 2 or 3 extras because of the ranked matchup between Duke and Arizona, which should be a really good one. And that's one I really want to go over once we get to the Friday slate. As we go over to Thursday, I'm actually not sure about the Thursday slate. Okay, we do have a couple ranked teams playing. And, of course, Baylor plays a bye game, Michigan State bye game. USC gets their first bye game, but one that is going to be a big one for the college basketball enthusiasts. It's New Mexico Lobos taking on St. Mary's. New Mexico last year was the last remaining unbeaten team. They go and play on the road against St. Mary's. St. Mary's, I think, is, I guess you would call St. Mary's a mid-major, but they're a team that's always in the NCAA tournament. They bring back a guy like Aiden Mahaney, a guy that I think can be an All-American type player later in his career. The sophomore guard, very, very good player. This is a great mid-major showdown. New Mexico, again, the last unbeaten team last year. I think they should be better this year. They should be looking to strive for the NCAA tournament, and so that's a custom to St. Mary's. That I like St. Mary's this year. They're going to be an NCAA tournament team just because of the experience they have. Randy Bennett's just an amazing coach. And again, when you play in a weaker conference like the WCC, Gonzaga is really your only main competition. So I expect to see St. Mary's win this game, get confidence, and keep going on this non-con schedule. But that is a very, very good mid-major showdown there between a ranked St. Mary's team and a very, very good New Mexico team that's looking to try to make the tournament. But let's get to Friday, because we got some better games on Friday, because there's not really over the weekend. I don't know. I'm not really going to cover. I don't even know if there is weekend games, because, of course, college football is really what still mains the supreme during this time of the year, until once it gets to bowl games, when there isn't a lot of games on Saturdays. That's when college basketball starts becoming a little bit more prominent. But we're going on to Friday. Yeah, I'm just so excited for college basketball to be back, man. Like, this is my sport. This is my thing. I know I just talk about college basketball up here, but best believe I think I'm a sports whiz. I mean I can go in there and talk about any sport, NBA, NFL, maybe a little MLB, some college football. Um, I'm a guy golf. I can talk golf for sure. It's something that I just love doing is talking about sports, and college basketball is something that I think I'm just really really good at, and I know more than the average person. And yeah, when it's the start of the season, I'm just very excited. One sec. I gotta pause this. All right. Let's get back to this Friday games because Friday is probably the best slate. Because we have a lot of teams playing today and not a lot of good games. But we got a great Friday slate for you. We're gonna wait on this Duke Arizona because that's the game of the week. But we got some other good games. Tennessee going to Madison. Wisconsin, the team I just had outside my top 25. They're in my honorable mentions list. They're on my considerations. And Tennessee's a team that they're ranked 9 in the AP poll. I have them 12th in mine, so a little down this Tennessee team. But maybe they can score, unlike last year where that was just a real struggle for them. But going on the road to Madison, the Kohl Center, that's going to be a tough place to win there. Wisconsin gets a win. They're going to be in my top 25. So a big game for the Badgers early in this season. That should be a good one. That is on Peacock. We got Yale going to Gonzaga. Yale is a team that I'm not sure if they're the preseason favorite to win the Ivy League, if that is Princeton, but Gonzaga, we'll go first. I think it's the first really good look at what the Zags are going to be this year. San Diego at BYU. This is for BYU's first year in the Big 12, which is going to be a tough adjustment for them going into the best conference in basketball. But San Diego State goes to Provo, the team that was in the national championship last year, a big test early in a not an easy environment in Provo, Utah. BYU's going to be ready to play there, and we'll see how Brian Dutcher's Aztecs look coming off an incredible run last year, the best year in program history. I expect the Aztecs to get it down the road, but it's not going to be easy. Texas A&M, a team with a lot of hype this year, Buzz Williams, Wade Taylor going to Columbus to play Ohio State. Again, that's going to be a super, super tough matchup. Ohio State with a down year last year. Chris Hold'em is trying to bring him back to the tournament where Ohio State's used to being. That's going to be a really good matchup. Another Peacock tip. There's a lot of Peacock tips, which is not – I don't like that because I don't have Peacock. I might have to get it because if we're getting Texas A&M Ohio State and we're getting Tennessee, Wisconsin, I can't watch it. It's a problem that I do not want to have. That's a very, very good game. Again, Texas A&M should win this game, but when you go on the road in college basketball, it's not easy. UCF versus Miami. UCF is not expected to have a good year in their first year in the Big 12. Miami, coming off a Final Four appearance, this is a home game. Should be a win for Miami. I would be very surprised. Actually, I'm more confident Miami win this, and obviously Texas A&M and Tennessee you go on the road. But we got the Mac Daddy game. We got the Arizona Wildcats traveling to Cameron to play the Duke Blue Devils in the first ranked matchup of the season. Man, this is going to be a good one. Caleb Love coming back to playing Cameron, a place that he's all too familiar with. I think he's played 3 times now at Cameron Indoor, a guy who's ended Duke's season before in the Final Four. He's ended Coach K's career, not just at home, but his last game. So it's going to be a place where Duke does not like Caleb Love. Arizona, a very, very good team. They're ranked 12th in the poll. I got them 17th. I'm just a little down this Arizona team. I want to see how Caleb Love looks. Again, I want him to be able to be himself out there. A guy who, took a lot of shots and took a lot of backlash for what he was doing there at North Carolina last year. I like this new place for him. This Arizona team is going to be good. Omar Ballo back. I'm Visar, a guy who can take a next step for Arizona. Kylan Boswell, the guy who I think could be this X factor for this team, coming off a freshman year where he was just a bit player. If he can go in and take that next jump, become a reliable point guard, Arizona can definitely take a next step and win this Pac-12. I think that's what they can do. But you're traveling to Duke. You're playing the Blue Devils in Cameron in only their second game of the year. And it's just a tough spot to be in. I think Duke's going to have a tough part of the schedule because they have to go play next week in the Champions Classic, which isn't easy. But Duke is they're going to be put in an interesting spot, right? This is not going to be an easy game for Duke. Again, we're going to see this is going to be the first major look of Kyle Flipkowski in that, number one, let me be a player of the year role. Last year, he was, up and down with being the number one option. This year, he will be the number one option. Tyrese Proctor, Caleb Love, if he's going to get that Caleb Love assignment on defense, can we see his play not just defensively, but of course offensively? If he can take that next jump, Jeremy Roach is going to have experience. He's going to be that guy, the most reliable guy that if they have to go to him, they can go to that veteran leadership in Jeremy Roach. This team is just deep. I'm excited to see tonight who they're rolling out the starting lineup. That fifth star is really up for grabs because you have Jeremy Roach, Tyrese Proctor, Mark Mitchell, and Flipkowski. If they play Mark Mitchell at the 3, are they going Christian Reeves? Are they going TJ Power? Are they going Ryan Young at that 5? Or they go small? Can they throw Jared McCain or Caleb Foster or Sean Stewart there? It's going to be very interesting for what Duke does. And yeah, this game is going to be amazing. I have Duke winning at home. If this was at Arizona, I'd probably have Arizona winning because that's what home court advantage really does to teams. It's just, something that in college basketball might be the most important. College football, college basketball, home court advantage is very, very important. Another really good game is my Virginia Cavaliers are going to have their first test playing in a neutral site game against Florida. Florida's beat them in the tournament before. This is in Charlotte in the Spectrum Center. A big game for the Cavaliers as they take on Florida. Look, Virginia's a good team. I don't know what their ceiling is this year. Last year I didn't know what their ceiling was, and they were 1 point top 3 in the nation. Reese Beekman's gonna have to take the next step, and I'm not gonna go do a deep dive into Virginia right now, but they have a lot of unproven players, a lot of transfers, a lot of young players needing to take that next step. I love Isaac McNeely coming in there. But I think besides McNeely, I love Ryan Dunn. He's going to start for this team. I saw some projected not start. Ryan Dunn starting for his team. McNeely starting for this team, and Gardner and Beekman. The other 2 slots, I don't know what they will be, and I'm excited to see them tonight against Tarleton State. See what they do. Again, it's just the offense for Virginia is always a question, and then Florida's bringing a really good team. Second year under Todd Golden. First year didn't go to plan. Didn't make the NCAA tournament. And Florida, if they can get off to a good start and beat Virginia, they probably could be on that path of being ranked. Which the start of the year, you want to go 2-0, you're going to have to beat good teams, and you're going to have to, get on people's radar. Dayton plays Northwestern. I think those are 2 teams that can make the NCAA tournament. Dayton with a Holmes. I can't remember his first name. Duran Holmes? Not Duran. Duran Holmes? Does that sound right? I actually don't know. But that's a team that, again, I'm pretty sure, I don't know if they're preseason ranked last year or what, but they were a team that was expected to make the NCAA tournament and didn't last year. I think they can this year. The A10, they can win it. The A10's down this year. Northwestern's a team that did make the NCAA tournament last year. Bill Bowie is back, and see if he can take that next step. This is a very, very good game, but in Evanston, Northwestern is the home team. We'll see if they can hold home court advantage in that one, but another really, really good game. Memphis versus Missouri is another good game. Memphis is an unranked team, but I think could very well be ranked. They have some good transfers. Javon Quinterly comes in. Memphis is a team that can win the American. They really, really can. FAU is going to be a tough team there, but they have the experience in that conference, and we'll see their first test on the road against Mizzou. That should be a very, very good one there. If I had to pick them, I'm going Memphis to get a road win. I'm not sure how Mizzou's looking this year. They've lost a lot. Demoy Hodge, Kobe Brown. These are guys who are 2 of the best players on their team last year on a team that made the NCAA tournament and I believe made it to the second round. Virginia Tech, South Carolina. That's another one that's in the Spectrum Center. Not really a great game there. Virginia Tech maybe can make the tournament this year, so we'll see if they can get a win there because a loss to South Carolina will probably not be a quad 2 loss, it'll probably be a quad 3 loss. And why are we talking about quad 1, quad 2 in March? or geez, in November. Why? But I am, because who cares? Man, all I know is college basketball is back, and that's awesome. I'm pretty sure this is gonna be a 20-minute episode, a little video, whatever you want to call this. I just enjoyed it. It's good to have college basketball back. So go on your TV, watching games, and I know it stinks. Friday's a high school football game, so I'm probably not gonna be able to be on front of my TV. But I'll be checking things. I'm keeping it updated. And when's that Duke Arizona game? Of course, it's at freaking 7. Of course, it's at 7. Why can that be the 9 o'clocker? I don't care. I'm gonna be watching college basketball regardless. Love you guys. And yeah, I don't know when I'll see you. Probably Saturday. But if not, Monday next week. All right. Peace out, guys.